Hello and welcome. This is Chrisanne. I'm coming at you from Elemental Energies with Chrisanne. Today we are going to be cutting up some old greeting cards that a friend of mine has given to me, and we're going to make a whole bunch of tickets with them. I like to have different size tickets and different things to tuck into all the different pockets that we make and put into all of our journaling things. So bear with me, I have a bit of a migraine, but I have a whole bunch of paper here. So this was some paper that we had left over from a project that we did a couple days ago, making some journaling cards with the vintage book pages. If you recall, I just took the Tim Holtz mini paper dolls and I put them in those pictures, and they just kind of fit really well into that journaling card that I made with these vintage pictures from a book. So I have some of that leftover cardstock. I have some Stampin' Up cardstock, but more importantly, I have a whole bunch of these greeting cards and these red poppies from that video that I showed yesterday. So this one I started taking all the stitching out. I'm going to continue to do that on this one. And then we're going to cut all of these up and we're going to make those tickets with them. So I thought, whoops. So I thought these poppies were pretty. I mean, yeah, now you have this sort of stitch line through them. But some of these cards are gorgeous. Something like this. Love this. So I have my paper cutter here. What I'm going to do is I am going to trim these down, and I'm going to take the words off. Now, how wide is that? About 4 1/4. That's not how big I'm going to be making my tickets. Just so you know, my measurements, and these are just leftover pieces of paper, so they're a smidge over 2 inches wide. And I think I normally like to do about 3 1/2. I think 4. Let me do a 4 just to see. All right, I'll do some 4s. Just so I can accommodate this. So I'm going to cut this down. So I wanted it about 3 3/4. Yeah. And then slightly over 2. So let me do this just slightly under 2. I'm basically eyeballing this. So that's going to be that one. And then I have my punch that does the ticket tag kind of shape. Let's see. We're going to do this one slightly under 2. That's cute. So we have that. Oh, that one's kind of nice too. Yeah, that kind of fits. All right, it's a leftover scrap. So let's cut up some other ones. This is really nice paper. So I just want to cut the flowers, and this paper scraps, I'm going to turn this into more tickets, so I'm going to add that to my pile. Let's see, let me grab, how wide did I make this? So it's a smidge over 2. So let me cut a little bit off of that. And this, we're going to cut this down to 3.5. Almost 3.5 is what's left. And then I'm gonna trim this down. Actually, we could probably put on the little one. Yeah, how cute is that? And I have my brown ink that I can edge everything. This one, look at these. Aren't those neat? But when I cut them, see, it's sort of, I wonder if I should just fussy cut these. Where's my scissors? Oops. Not very good fussy cutting. Where's my, oh, here it is. Oh, it's okay. It's not really what I wanted. So you know what? I'm gonna keep this for something else. This one I thought was really pretty. All right, there's a lot I can do with this one. So let me get the bird first. Well, actually, let me just trim the edge there. Okay, now for this one, I want, we'll do 3.5. And let's trim the top, and then I want to make sure I get that bird as a focal point and keep that just under 2. Are they all? Yeah. They're all about the same. So that will be that one. And, you know, I'll do the corners. But I'm just making a pile right now. This is really pretty. I think that one's too long. Oh, you know what? This is that paper from that card. Look at that. Let's use that. Pretty. Okay. Now, let's see. I think I want to turn this one this way. So just under 2 inches there. Let's see if it fits some of my little scrap pieces. Here it does. That works for me. I'm happy with that. This one's a lot smaller, but I need to trim the edge anyway. So let me do this, and then chop a bunch off there, the green. Yep, I am good with that. Okay. That one I love. We're gonna do that one. Do that one. All right. We're going to cut this one so it's a tall one. Get that just under 2. There. Left. Nope. These might be a little different sizes over here. Okay, let's trim this one down. There. There, that's really pretty. I don't think, I mean, I could maybe make another tag with that one. Let me put that in my tag pile. Okay, these. So I was thinking, that was my first problem. Let me trim the edge first so that doesn't interfere with my math measurements. I want to cut the words out. So I know I have that there. So a smidge, like 3 1/4-ish for that one. Pretty. This one. Yep, that will fit. I'm gonna cut it like right there. So that would be, I'll make this one like a 4-inch one. So we'll do this at about 4 1/4. And the piece on top, do I need to cut, oh, I need to cut it not quite 4. Smidge shy of 4 to get the writing off that. So let's see if this is too long. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Okay, pretty. Now, there's a lot here I can get. So what I was thinking is, I left some words on there. Let me cut the words off. So that one, and this one. So we'll cut this one the other way. And some of these are a little bit narrower than others. And I'm going to edge this so it's not going to look like it's white on white. And I might make her a journal and put some of these in it because I think that would be funny. I like that gold left on it. There. Let's see. That won't fit there, but well, think most of these are narrower, except for this one. I'm going to trim this. And I'm going to trim this one right there. Need to trim more. Yeah, much better. So I'm making a whole bunch of journals to bring to the Enlightenment Expo that I'm doing in Portland, Maine. It's going to be on September 27th. It's going to be in Portland, Maine at the Fireside Inn and Suites, and I am doing psychic readings. I am selling a whole bunch of my artwork, but I am speaking at this event on journals and journaling. So that is why I'm bringing a whole bunch of journals, all different types. Let me trim right there. Oops, no, I need more. So I have all different types that I've been making. And I'm going to bring them to my talk. That one's too long, but we're going to cut it right above the spider. And I know there's a little bit of words there, but that's okay. I'm good with that. This one, we'll go here. So I need to get as many journals, different types of journals. You know, that's the other thing. I'm doing all different types of journals. And you may have seen me make a bunch here. You know, I'm bringing all different price points. I'm going to talk about the many ways that you can use your journals in your daily life. All right, let's see. I think I'll cut this one right above the mushroom. You know, I kind of like the oversized look of that one. I'm going to keep that. These two are small. What's this one? This one's too wide. Okay. So let's cut it right there and see. No. Are these the same? Yeah, they're the same. All right, I need to keep cutting more off. Okay, there's that. And let's give this a trim here. So there's that one. All right, now I think I'll save these pieces till the end. I like this dragonfly. I like these butterflies too. I like this dragonfly, but all of this, maybe I'll see if I can get that on one tag or ticket. Just do like a little trim right there. That's pretty. That's really pretty. Okay. That one. Now these, that would be pretty if I put that on top of it. Oh, turkeys are walking right past. Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty. But is it too wide? Nope, not too wide. There, was it this one? Maybe it was this one. I should maybe use this one. Yeah. Let's do that. There. That one. Let me add this to my pile. Love that. All right, let's make this one work. So trim that. And trim that as much as I can. Look at these colors work well together too. Oh, I love that. I could even use that as a front on a card. It's cute. There. Add that to the pile. This I can keep as a background. Now these. This is super thick. That's a pretty background too. All right, let's trim this one way up. Sort of. I'll do the same thing. There. So they hang off the edge. Now, I don't know if they're still too wide. Oh, they are. We're going to turn this into a ticket. Still quite wide. Let's trim this. I'll do 2.5 inches wide. And then let's take off some of these stripes. You know what? Let's just fussy cut it. Ooh, that's pretty. All right. I like that one. I have more of that yellow paper there. Let's see. I don't really do Christmas journals. You know, I want to use this for something. I'm wondering if I cut it on that line. Ish. Yeah, I'm gonna use it like that. So we're gonna have that one. This one is kind of wide, but that. Oh, isn't that pretty there too? Covers it up too much. What's that yellow? Let's use this yellow. Oops. And then this will be my last one that I'm cutting up, and then we'll get to gluing all these together and doing the edge and everything on them. So let's see, this is the long side. Oh, that looks pretty with the yellow. Yep, I like that. Have another piece and make some more. Okay. I'll work on these another time. A whole bunch of these to work with. I kind of like that half poppy. So let's put that over there. A whole bunch of scraps I can either play with or throw out. Yes, I actually throw scraps out sometimes because I have too much construction going on here. I just can't hold on to everything. Okay, now let's see. This one I can use to glue things. Oh, I forgot to do the punching on this. Well, I can punch it once I get this glued. That's all right. So excited to see what it looks like. All right. I didn't edge that one either, just like I said I was gonna, but we can edge this. That's cute. And then the back can be journaled on. All right. Let's get this punched. And if I need to come back and trim, these are flying all over me. Yep. See, I'm going to need to come back and trim. No, I think I like that one. It just kind of takes the white off the edge of the paper, showing the core, the white core of the paper. I don't know if that shows up on camera, but sometimes that's all the edging does. And now let's edge the whole thing. There. I like the poppy ones. That was kind of a happy surprise. All right, now on these, I would like, if I can get in here, we'll do it there. It's not the full thing, but it is what it is. I'm not going to edge around the butterfly because I can't really get around the whole thing, and I think that might look a little silly. There. I don't know how that one side's going to look, but we'll see it. This one. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm all right with that. I'm going to use my other glue on this one. This one's a little bit thicker. That's pretty, if I do say so myself. It always sounds a little stuck on yourself, and you're like, oh, look at how pretty that is. Look at how nice that is. I suppose somebody's gonna like it. Might as well be me. A lot of really nice comments lately from you all. Thank you. It's very, very kind. It's also very flattering. So I appreciate it. And you watch from all over. I'm always fascinated with that. You know, I tell my mom, I'm like, hey, this person's watching from this place and this person's watching from this place. You know, I tell my son because I'm all excited too. And, you know, he rolls his eyes at me. So, you know, thank you for that too. Got to give him something else to roll his eyes at, you know. I think it's really cool. All different continents. You know, it's so neat how the art community is such a close-knit global community, even though we are plane rides away from each other. It's so neat. I'm fascinated by it. So thank you. Yeah, I like this one too. Sounding stuck on myself again. All right, we'll let that dry. My neighbor's dog that came and visited in last week's video, I can hear barking. Turns out it's a she, and her family came looking for the dog soon after she was on my videos. And I could see them, and she's got 2 little kids in tow, you know, this poor woman. I said, are you looking for your dog? She's like, yes. I said, she's over here on my land. She's fine. She was embarrassed, but that stuff doesn't bother me. You know, I live on a private dirt road, and there's 7 houses here. and there's only one way in and one way out. And I have been here when the big tree in the front has fallen and we couldn't get out. So at the time, it was 2 or 3 of the guys got their chainsaws out and they had to chop up this huge, gigantic tree that had fallen. And you know, if it's during a storm, the town can only get to you when they get to you because there's other people in need. And every time I've called emergency services, their first comment is, I never even knew you were here. Yeah, I've been here for 30 years, almost 30 years in this house. That one's cute too. And they still, to say, oh, we never knew you were here, doesn't bode well with me. It's kind of scary. But we're fine. That means nobody else knows we're here too. So, you know, when the zombie apocalypse happens, clearly I'm fine. Except if my friends are my neighbors are the zombies. My son and I always joke, like, yeah, the zombie apocalypse is coming. I think it's already upon us, and it's called teenagers. Not my son, most days. But I have seen some others. So that is the zombie apocalypse that's upon us. I am so glad he's done high school. Oh my gosh, am I so glad. Like, we get up when we want to get up, depending on if he has work or not. And we just kind of hang around, or we don't, or he hangs out in his room and he plays a video game or whatever. He's been reading lately. He's into this anime series. And he's got the t-shirt and he's got the keychain. And I'm like, okay. And he's going and ordering books by himself at Barnes & Noble. Okay. He's adulting. He's adulting well. And he never liked to read before. Oh my God, that used to break my heart. This kid didn't like books. He didn't like to read. I was like, whose kid is this? I love that one. It's almost like a bookmark. Speaking of reading. So now he's into this Japanese anime series. And he's like, hey, the car that's in this. And he tells me all about the car. And he tells me all about all the stuff. I listen. I nod accordingly. Maybe I'm part of the zombie apocalypse. I don't know. But I'm happy he's happy about it. So that makes me happy. But if you asked me what it was, I couldn't tell you. I could hold up his shirt that I wash every week. Hold up his keys with the keychain on it. And you know, when he wears that shirt, other guys are like, hey, that's a cool shirt. Because they get it. They know the series. So I kind of encourage stuff like that because it's a way for him to talk and connect with other people. People don't connect and talk the way they used to. So I will find out what this series is. And I will probably get him stuff for Christmas, like shirts or maybe like a bag or something. In this state, we have to have our own bags, like at the grocery store and stuff. I broke a nail. It's driving me nuts. I'm going to have to fix that. So, yeah. So he's at work today, my son. I sent him with a list, a very, very, very small list of things that I would like him to get. I normally make my own chip dip and stuff. We were at a local sporting goods store that's local to this area, and they were having a huge sale, and they sell a lot of local products, and one of them was some local dips. And his dad and I used to get these dip mixes. They're gluten-free and everything, so they're fine. Did I do 2 different ones? This looks different. No, I guess it's not. All right, it just looks different. Anyways, so his dad and I used to eat these dips all the time. It's just like a powdered mix. I mean, for years I've made my own instead of buying these. But I saw that and I thought, ooh, I remember those. Those were delicious. But I need a gluten-free vegan sour cream in order to make them. So I'm like, I need you to get this. If you want me to make these, you need to get this. He was oh so thrilled. Too bad. This is part of what it's like to be an adult. I gave him the money. So it wasn't like I said, you pay for it. And he's like, can I buy my lunch with this? I said, yes, you can. I can buy my things with it? Yes, you can. You buy your things. Okay, I'm going to buy my things. I don't mind. He has to do the colonoscopy prep this weekend. Not getting another colonoscopy. He just had one less than a year ago. But he has to do the prep. He averages about 3 to 4 times a year that he has to do the colonoscopy prep to just do a clean out. Oh, and he's miserable when he does it. I don't blame him in the least. So I said, get whatever clear drinks. Actually, it doesn't even really have to be clear. And most things, nothing actually has a dye in it at Whole Foods. They don't do artificial dyes there. And he works at Whole Foods. So I said, get a bunch of drinks for the colonoscopy clean out thing, even though he's not doing it's just a clean out for him. Because that's the nature of what it is with his body. So, I mean, he's used to this. He's done this for years and years and years. So get whatever drinks you want. You want to buy 3 cases of drinks, you buy 3 cases of drinks. I don't care. He doesn't like to eat, even though there's, like, he can have popsicles, he can have dye-free Jell-O, he can have broth and stuff like that, but he doesn't like to eat while he's doing this. He rather just drink the stuff, do the clean out, and sort of be done with it. So I don't blame him. So I'm like, get whatever drinks you want that make you happy. He drinks the stuff that doesn't have dyes to begin with. I mean, every once in a while he'll have like a grape juice, but for the most part, I raised him dye-free. It wasn't until he started being on all these meds that had so many dyes in them that I was like, what's the point of me keeping him dye-free when these meds are loaded with more dyes than you can shake a stick at? I don't know what it's like in other countries, but in this country, I got into an argument once years ago with a pharmacist. He's like, the pill is white. I said, I don't care if the pill is white. You look up the blue dye and the yellow dye that is needed to make that pill appear white. And sure enough, he was shocked. And he was arguing with me about it. I'm like, don't argue with me. I know you're a pharmacist, but I know what I'm talking about because it has affected my son over the years. So I decided when he had to be on a lot of these heavy duty meds, what was the point in keeping him dye-free? So I let him try. He was older. He was an older kid. I don't know, maybe like, he was like 9 or 10, probably 10, when he stopped being like really dye free. And I let him try some regular candy. He's like, I don't like it. He's like, I can taste the chemicals. I said, I know. And now he just stopped being allergic, we hope, to dairy. So he's dairy free now. So now he's trying milk chocolate candies and all the other candies that have milk in them. There's so many chips that have milk in it, like Doritos and stuff like that. And he's like, I don't get it. I don't understand the hype. I don't like it. I taste the chemicals. Same exact reaction. I taste the chemicals in these things. He's like, I'll eat it every once in a while. He's like, but I don't get it. I don't understand what the draw is with these things. And I'm happy for that. I mean, he still has some of that stuff in the house, and that's perfectly fine. I gave him his own bin in our new refrigerator. I have these acrylic bins, and I'm like, please keep your cheese and like your candy in this bin so I don't accidentally take it. And he's like, I don't care, that's fine. He gets it, and he's like, you know, I let him try. I made him be dairy free for like 3 months before I let him try actual milk, because I want him to do like aged cheeses and things like that first to reintroduce to his system, and he did well. So I'm like, all right, you can try actual milk. And he's like, I don't even like it. I said, nope, I don't either. It's gross. He's like, I like almond milk. I said, yeah, that's fine. I mean, whenever I make anything with milk, I'm dairy free. I'm very allergic. So that's what I cook with. And my mom's moving in a couple of months, and I'm like, that's what we're going to be cooking with. You can have your own bin shared with my son of like your cheeses and, you know, your whatevers. But if I'm making like a macaroni and cheese, it's gluten-free and vegan. We actually eat a lot of vegan meals. We're not vegan. We just have allergies. But we do eat a lot of vegan, like the vegan meats and stuff. A lot of it now is gluten-free. It never used to be gluten-free. So every once in a while we'll have some of that vegan sausage or the vegan hamburgers. Only if things are on sale. Some of it we actually like. There's a vegan sausage that we really like. And we like it better than some of the other sausage. So I don't have a problem with that. Now my mom, on the other hand, she comes here. I'm not sure she's gonna love it, but I mean, I wouldn't hide it from her. But I bet if I didn't tell her it was a vegan sausage, she wouldn't know. I mean, I wouldn't lie about it. But we like it. I went vegan for almost a year when my son was younger. It's just hard when you're the one that does all the cooking. And the others in the house wanted meat. It was difficult. But, I don't know. I mean, I like beef and fish. I don't eat pork. Turkey's okay. Chicken's okay. I don't mind chicken. I do like lamb. We eat buffalo. We eat all the weird stuff. In fact, that was on my list. Whole Foods near us makes this fantastic Moroccan spiced ground lamb on a stick. I love it. Told my son to get me 2. know, I'll cook that and I'll cook some potatoes with it. And there's a meal, you know, you have a little salad or something. Cook that with a bunch of potatoes, actually. Not just a couple. It's good. And they season it. And I'm not allergic to the seasoning. It's the only thing I buy from the meat area there. These Moroccan things on a stick. Ooh, they're so good. Ground lamb. That's really pretty. See how it pops with the brown edging? Love it. Love it, love it. It's not really gluing down. All right, I'm more than halfway through my pile. We're getting there. I'm not going to put anything on top of these. I'm just going to leave them the way they are, because when I go to put them in my journal, whatever journal that may be, I might add a sticker that is the same sticker that goes throughout the whole journal to keep continuity. And frankly, even if they're just like this, that's really pretty. You're going to put these in on a card front and just put like the words like thank you or something over that. This paper curls a little bit. It's very pretty though. Love it. So my son gets a discount on some of the things at work. I love that. Love it. And we don't normally eat things off the hot bar, but he has been watching and he's comfortable with the practice that goes on there with keeping it safe. So I said, why don't you bring me home a little something off the hot bar and we'll just maybe have that for dinner. I have some chicken thawing in the fridge. I love their chicken wings. The one by us makes seasoned chicken wings using a local company's spice blend. And I bought them when they were on sale. So I have 2 of them thawing in my fridge right now. And I said, we'll have these. Maybe tomorrow, I don't know. If he wants them tonight when he gets home, I'll make them. It's not a big deal. Sometimes he gets home and he just goes right to bed. He's exhausted. He works part-time. I don't know that he could physically work full-time. I don't know. At least right now. At least this job. There was another job he was looking into, and he thought he could do full-time for that. He probably could, because that particular one they got out at 3. It was like 7:30 to 3 or something like that. I don't know. He knows his body, and he's He's got to figure it out. We'll see. I was supposed to go out with a friend of mine today. I went to bed super early last night. I'm like, oh, I don't feel well. I feel off. And then I woke up this morning, I had a sore throat, which is always a sign for me. Something's coming. Migraine. Gastrointestinal issues. I was like, yeah, okay, I'm not going anywhere. And she came by and dropped some stuff off. These things. If you saw my video with the haul, this was part of that. And she dropped off some veggies for us. She's working at a farm, and as part of working there, they let her have a whole bunch of veggies. And she shared them with us this week. Oh, they're beautiful. Carrots, peppers, potatoes, onions. She's gonna give us green beans, but my son's allergic to green beans, so I gave them right back to her. There's something else. Carrots, peppers, onions, green beans, potatoes, and onions. Yeah, I guess that was it. And they look beautiful. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut up a whole bunch of the carrots, peel them, and store them in water in a container. Because my son is like, do we have carrots? Yeah, you have to peel it. Apparently this is like a foreign concept. I don't know. I said, here's the peeler. You peel it. No, I don't feel like it. Okay, fine. So I think if I just peel a whole bunch of them and put them in a container, he'll eat them that way. And I'll eat them too. And we have hummus. We always have hummus in the house. He has different dips. And of course, I want to make those other dips. So I think that's what I'll do. I'll cut up the peppers. I'll cut up the carrots. And I'll store them that way. And then they'll get eaten. I just have to find the right container. If I can't find the right container, I might use one of my cups. You know, like my tall cups. And just store veggies in it. We'll see. He wanted broccoli. He's like, why don't we have broccoli? Because we don't. Why don't you buy some when you're at work? I said, pick out the broccoli you want. He loves broccoli. When he was little, he used to call it trees. He wanted to eat all the trees. He's a crazy kid. He loves fruits and veggies. He always has. He's kind of like my mom. My mom eats a ton of fruits and veggies. He's like her. I don't, because it triggers my mast cell activation syndrome. Especially citrus. So I eat very little citrus a month. I like it, but I'm trying to keep my allergies in check. And that's a trigger. A lot of fruits are a trigger for it, which is kind of a bummer. So I don't keep a ton of fruit in the house. I do keep a lot of veggies. I keep some fruit. Like right now, apples are in season. He's not even eating them. If my mom was here, they'd be gone by now. I think I'm going to make my chocolate covered apples. I love candied apples, and I can't get them anywhere unless I make them myself. But I make this chocolate covered apple, and they are so good. I used to bring them when I would go to like parties or whatever, or if I was hosting a party. So you melt chocolate chips in a double boiler or in the microwave, but I like to do the double boiler. And then you add, so if you have like a bag of chocolate chips, you add about a tablespoon of coconut oil. And I'm not using the fractionated coconut oil. I'm using the hardened coconut oil. Mix that all in. When it's fully melted, I paint it on an apple that is washed and dried. And then once I paint on the chocolate, you can either roll it in like sprinkles, jimmies if you're from New England, nuts, more chocolate chips, crushed up candies. You can sprinkle them over the top. But my trick is when I'm letting it dry, I put it in a paper plate bowl. It holds the shape so much better. I mean, they sell those like they're like this wide, the little papers. It looks like the little ruffled parchment paper that you put on the bottom of an apple, but they're not deep enough to have the paper plate. You get all that like chocolatey goodness at the bottom. Oh, it's so good. I think I'm going to be making those. And I got the white vegan chocolate as well as the dark vegan chocolate. So I can melt one, sprinkle the other one on. And then get all my like ice cream topping kind of things. You know, like I have some vegan marshmallows, that type of stuff. These are coming out so pretty. It's a great way to recycle. All right, let's see, we'll do this size. My back has really been hurting doing these videos. This chair is not the best for my back. And I'm trying to get my inside setup reset up. I have to completely redo it. My inside setup. So whenever the weather's good, I video a whole bunch of videos out here. And then I just post them every day. I post one a day. So if you haven't been here before, I post one a day. That's how it's been working for me, but pretty soon it's going to be too cold for me to do videos outside. I'm hoping I can keep doing videos for another month out here, but I really do have to get my inside setup going. There's that one. I think this one's going to be my favorite. We'll do that one last. So I'm redoing that. I'm redoing everything in this house. Absolutely everything is like complete redo. I'm overwhelmed. And my desk is a complete redo as well. I have new shelving things that I want to use. We'll see. Thinking of having my son help me put it together. I've been buying him tools because he's the one that's been helping when I need help. He helps. So if he has the right tools, that's good. My mom bought him a electric drill last year, and it was, I didn't realize it was kind of a cheapy one. You know, I just bought whatever on Amazon and for her, you know, to give to him. But I have been investing in the Ryobi tools, which is the Home Depot brand, using their rechargeable battery pack. So I think I'm going to get him a Ryobi hand drill, since that's the system that we have right now. We'll see. Once he gets that, he can probably help me better put this shelf thingy together. It's like a big bookshelf thing. And then my mom will be moving in before the first snowstorm is the plan. Could be Thanksgiving, could be New Year's. But that's our plan. And my goal is to have the house ready for her to move in by Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is my sort of my deadline, because I need a new couch, I need a new chair, and I have to clean out the back bedroom where she's going to be. But I need the couch and chair first. The back bedroom won't be as bad. The living room, my chair, they've collapsed and everything. But I need new everything. Everything has gone wrong at the exact same time, per usual. Everything. I just got my new fridge. Started looking for the couch and the chair. I have my eye on a couple things. Unfortunately, I can't get those secondhand because of my allergies. But we will see. We will see. All right, let me show you all these. Oh my gosh, I got a huge pile. I'm going to stand up so I can see what you're seeing. Whew. I'm seeing a pile of my mess there. Okay, here we go. I like these. I am very happy with these. I am going to put them, because see, they're curling. I am going to put them like under a book or in a book or something. I'll hold that one that way. Love this one. Isn't that pretty? This is from the same card. Love the gold on that one. Love that one. That is so pretty. I love all of these. All the nature ones are the ones that I like. This one is awesome too. This one is really pretty. That's so cute. My nails are a mess. That one came out so pretty. And then these, I kind of like how I did this. I'm going to make more of these. And then, of course, my favorite. That one. Love it. Wow, we got a whole bunch made. Thank you for tuning in with me and listening to me ramble on. Check out my website, www.elementalenерgieswithchrisanne.com. Lots going on there. I have, that's where you can find my information on my private psychic readings that I do for people all around the world. You can find information on my event that I'm doing on September 27th, the Enlightenment Expo in Portland, Maine. I have crystals for sale, my art for sale, different decks for sale. And then I have free stuff. So I have free guided meditations, how to use a pendulum, printables, all that stuff. But like and subscribe to this channel, please, because I'm trying to get my numbers way up. Please pass it on. I need my numbers way up so I can do lives. My goal is to do YouTube lives, and I can't do that until I get about 150 more subscribers. So please help me with that. I would really appreciate it. Thanks so much for tuning in. Take care and be free.